And we are live. Welcome back to another edition of the End of Day Report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave price trigger reports that we place in your hand each and every trading day. All right, so today was FOMC day, and the markets were all over the place. But one thing that we noted more than anything else, do y'all know what that is? We noted that I was right. I told you how I believed the market was going to respond, and I just needed to get to wait until the close to confirm my suspicions. I told you markets like to rally into the announcement, and then they pull back and correct on you. And that's pretty much what we saw happen. Now, I don't believe the market is going to stay down just yet because we didn't really get that sell off like I was anticipating. It means it's sort of like you can consider a delayed response. We still have that 95% chance of the market, having a sharper than normal correction on Friday. But, prognostications are like everything else. It's just a guess. You have to trade what the market gives you and what it shows you each and every day, regardless of how you feel, what you think the market should be doing or not doing. At the end of the day, the market is always right. We are wrong. All right. So you have to trade what the market gives you and be able to do what you're supposed to do. So this is the moment I've been waiting for. There are some nice setups that have occurred here, and I don't believe the market is ready to just roll over just yet. I think we have one more possible explosion higher going into Friday before we start to experience that pullback that we have been looking out for. All right, so that's what I am anticipating going into the market for Friday. So I'm still watching these delayed kind of responses from everybody. I'm watching to gather clues to see exactly how the markets are going to respond. Tonight is just as important because now overseas they're going to be looking at what happened while they were sleeping, and then they're going to make their decisions and their choices uh, based on that same information. So we still are not out of the woods yet as far as decisions. We still have to wait and watch for a few things to come. So it's not a lot to really talk about just yet because of the delayed reaction. So we're just still watching. We're still watching the critical markets that I told you about because those are the markets that are going to make everything else move. So without further ado, this is what transpired today looking at the current setups that we have. All right, so the first chart that I have here on the screen, we're going to put up, let's put up the gold futures first. All right, so here's gold. All right, and as you can see here, it's still consolidating. We basically had no movement today, a straight up inside day, as if the day would repeated itself like Groundhog Day. Same highs and lows and pretty much the same close. We had nothing, man. Nothing's happening. So it's still a bullish bias, and we're just waiting to see when this thing is going to start to break out. Here's the NASDAQ 100. Again, we have a bullish bias to the market. There's really not a whole lot to go on just yet. We just have to trade what we see in these markets. Not a whole lot happening. Not at all. Let's see here. Bear with me for a second. Bear with me just a second. Looks like something is not updating. So let me see if I can get it to do that. All right, that's that one. Let me see if I can get Yeah, sometimes for some odd reason the charts don't always refresh and update like they should do. So I have to go in and do that real quick, and then we can keep it pushing. All right, almost done. Almost done. Have to go in and do each one individually. But hey, we make it do what it do. We just make it do what it do. All right, now let's see. Yep, because we're only doing a handful of charts there. We got like just a handful. All right, so let's now pull up the NASDAQ 100. All right, here's your NASDAQ. Still not showing. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Let me see here. Let's see if this one updated correctly. Okay, the NASDAQ did, but this one did. Okay, so silver, you can see is still, that inside day right there, no movement. It's like the market's totally shrugged off the announcement today. All right, so here's the US dollar, same thing. We're getting like a no movement. The market's made it very difficult today because we basically have a muted response. All right, this right here is the euro yen. Now it sold off today and dropped below the trend line support. I think the euro yen is leading the equity markets right now and pointing to a potential sell-off, but it's a delayed. It's because the euro yen's leading, and it looks like it's ahead by at least 2 days. All right, here is the Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin futures composite index. We have a secondary rally alert on that tonight on Bitcoin for tonight's trading. So that's a very interesting one there. And then we got our final chart, which is the bonds, the TLT. All right, so again, muted response. You don't see bonds really doing anything. So not a whole lot to talk about and see here. I really thought I was really hoping I would have a lot to talk about but we really don't have anything. We had a muted response to the Fed. The Fed basically said today that for the next 3 years, they're not changing interest rates unless something drastic were to happen. But they're not going to do it. They're keeping with the 2% inflation goal target that they set for themselves, which means that rates are not going to move for 3 years. And that's almost like saying too, oh, by the way, hint, hint, wink, wink, the Fed, we're going to backstop the markets. So don't worry about the market falling. It's not going to go anywhere. We're backstopping this thing. Back up the truck. We got you. You don't have to go nowhere. We got you. So that's my takeaway from the Fed today. It was really a whole lot of nothing. It was a big waste of time. They had us all, revved up, ready to go, and then they dropped the ball and deliver absolutely nothing. So that means I have nothing to give you. That's pretty much it. So we'll stay tuned. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's good for tomorrow. Remember PulseWaveTrading.com. Remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I am out. Peace.